Greetings, Olketa. My name is George Francis Wahero, and this is my UU tour for Matai Creative Piece. I've chosen to complete the video approach for question 2, the second question, which asks students to choose and discuss a cultural heritage form in the Pacific Island community. I've decided to discuss the traditional cell currency from Santa Cruz of Temotu Province, known as the Red Feather Money. Before the introduction of money in the Solomon Islands, the currency came in different forms for the 9 provinces of the country. The tevao or money quail of the Santa Cruz Islands is one of the most beautiful forms of currency in the Pacific. The red feather money is 2 inches wide and 30 feet long, made out of glued fiber feathers, particularly the downy red feathers plucked from the breast, head, and back of a tropical forest bed. This kind of currency was manufactured by 3 skilled craftsmen, esteemed for their ability to communicate with the spirits. Each roll needed roughly about 300 feathers, and the first specialist task was to gather the red ones from the scarlet honeyeaters. A long coil of twined fibers was then added to them by the second craftsman after the red feathers were glued to the gray Pacific pigeon feathers. The final finishing touches, which included bark fibers, shells, seeds, pieces of turtle shells, and were added by the third artist, who wounded the belt that resulted in the middle, as you can see at the image. You can see that there are shells and seeds all tied together in a string. Tevao is used as ceremonial money, especially at weddings where the man presents them as payment for his bride. Additionally, they are used to pay for costly purchases like pigs, canoes, and different kinds of labor. The tevao was frequently combined with strong charms to protect it from harm, and the coil was wrapped in palm leaves and bark cloths. In terms of significance, as well as a common form of payment, the feathered coils are valued for the beauty and the labor that goes into manufacturing. And as you see, an example, Tevake is a canoe navigator from Pileni back in 1948, where he traded 10 turtles for one exquisite tevao, and that is an example of how trading was done back in the days. The value of the quails, however, decreases as the feathers fade. And speaking to one of the workers at the museum in an interview, the woman Miss Liu Lamo stated that one special thing about the red feather money in the olden days is that it was widely accepted as a form of currency, even in the neighboring islands. As far as protecting the feather money culture-wise, I would now simply say that it is no longer used in the present day, but it still represents a culture of years past. This traditional currency has been used first in the early days, but now it had been replaced as years passed, mainly due to the influence of westernization culture. And to conclude, we would say that the only way we can still preserve this traditional currency is by explaining to our younger generation our stories, our ways of trading back then, our past, and mostly how we all came to be. For now, to conclude, I will talk a little bit on the production process. What inspired me to carry out my research on this red feather money is that it is so unique and colorful, but yet most people in the Solomon Islands have not yet known of its existence and value. The first challenge was it was very hard to get images and little information on the actual process of how the Tevao feather money was built from the first specialist to the third or last specialist. And second is that you do not really know if some of the sources or information you're getting online are completely accurate. One of the main opportunities that open up for me during and also after this project is that it enables me to expand my knowledge on learning more of our traditional forms that were used by our first settlers and how they used these currencies back in the days for trading and ceremonial matters. Once again, thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new today. Tago Tomas.